Hey guys, it's the Alpha Panda, and for this video I will be talking about oil consumption. Usually when you're starting out, oil deficiency is not that much of a problem since you're usually full of oil to the point that you can't even claim oil from the canteen. Okay, what I meant to say was that your storage was full of oil, not you exactly. I mean, you get it. But as you get further into the game, and as more events are released by the developers, especially the ones that require farming for points, oil consumption increases really fast. Aside from the oil cost of food and certain types of commissions, the most common way you consume oil is through battles. When entering in any battle aside from exercise battles, your fleet will consume a specific amount of oil. The total oil cost of a fleet can vary depending on three things that affect the oil cost of each ship: ship rarity, ship level, and limit breaks. To keep things short, the higher the rarity and ship level, the higher the oil consumed per ship, and each ship contributes to the total cost of the fleet. You can limit break a ship 3 times to push the level cap up to level 80, level 90, and level 100. And each limit break also adds oil cost, plus the additional oil cost that you will get from the additional levels that you will be gaining. Now there are a few tips on how to save oil consumption. The first and simplest way to conserve oil is to reduce the amount of ships in your fleet. If you have a strong fleet, for example, and you need to farm lower level maps for upgrade plates or other drops, you can remove some ships from the fleet to significantly drop the cost. Now, when you're doing this, always keep in mind to test if the smaller fleet can handle the map that you're farming on. Destroyers tend to perform better for this because they have torpedoes which reload really fast compared to air raid and artillery skills, and are an easy way to dish out damage, especially for the smaller fleet where you won't be relying much on the main fleet's skills. Another way is to build a low-cost farming fleet. There are tons of guides online for these types of fleets, so I will be putting a link in the description to a page that shows several farming fleets for you to choose. Now, I won't be going too deep into the topic, and I will just explain the basic premise of a farming fleet, because going into each farming fleet is going to be very repetitive, because all of these farming fleets, while they are very different in builds, in ship compositions, they are all built for the same purpose, and that is to consume as few oil as you can with the whole fleet that can farm on maps. Now, the basic idea of a farming fleet is that it is a complete fleet that's cheap in oil cost and is strong enough to farm higher maps. All farming fleets are designed for the same purpose, so it's really up to you to decide which one you want to build. It's also based on what ships you have. Lastly, a good general advice is to manage your time. I personally don't have a farming fleet because I usually just do the first step where I remove ships and I just play enough to do the daily missions and daily events if there are any. And the only times I actually spent a lot of hours on this game in a single day is during farming events, so that I complete it as soon as possible and I don't have to rush it. Now, if you really like to play a lot and are running out of oil, do one of the tips I gave because they really help, or both of them if you can. I don't suggest buying oil using gems, but the option is there if you really need the oil, but always do consider if it's worth buying the oil or if you could just wait it out. As always, all the stuff will be linked in the description, and if you have any comments as to how I could improve my videos, please do leave a comment. I will greatly appreciate it. Thanks for watching.